Well, I have been several months without doing my cards, so I thought I better do some fall cards. You're only getting 4, but I'm kind of mixing up 2 months. So I think I brought it down too close. Let me back this out just a little bit. And so there you can see this was August, the Unity stamps. Lots of good stuff. And then this was September's. I get their kit of the month. And so I have chosen to use this one out of September's. The pumpkins. And then I'm using this. These 2 leaves. This is a card. These 2 leaves are a card. And what was the other one? Oh, and then the other one is not stamps. This month's, or this time, what I did is I found a bunch of, actually it slid down behind one of my cabinets, and it was a bunch of papers from, what is that, French, let's see, Graphic 45, French Country, I think it's called. Yeah, French Country collection. So I found, so I decided what I was going to do was stamping on cardstock, on decorator cardstock, something like that, whatever you want to call this stuff. So anyway, let's get right into it. First off, I'm using 4 of these textured cards with the envelopes. I think everybody at one point or another has bought this from Michaels, these hot buys. I think I ended up getting mine 2 for $5, and I gave one of the boxes away. Yay. But I have yet to really use these, so I thought, okay, one thing I'm going to do is use these up in this, you know, as much as I can, because these are all kind of browns and neutrals. So anyway, so I got 4 of those, and I'll show you as we go. Okay, so this first one, I did some, let's see, it is this one here. This one right here. So the jar with the flowers in there. But I stamped the jar out, but as you know, French Country has tons of sunflowers. And I also got some ink on this, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to cover that up. We'll see. But I love how this little gingham check, which was from the 6x6 pad, which I had little sections of. I only use scraps. But I love how the gingham worked. And then I just took some of my, any marker would work. I used my Copic marker because it was the closest thing. And I just drew the stems in there with the Copic marker. So I'm going to take this and glue it down. There we go. And I think this first one here, I'm going to actually have to cut that down anyway because I don't want it to come, and I don't really care if I don't use the stems or not. Where's my little scissors that I've been using? Here we go. I have got to get some of my other scissors back in here. See, these are both kind of still attached, which I don't really want to unattach them. So, and nobody's going to see. So let me cut some more of this down. But I'm going to go right about here. And I might have to, you know, I'll cut that little bit off. But this is the back part, so I'm going to just try and get this down as flat as I can. Okay. So there we go. Alright, and then I've got all the rest of these that I'm just going to, now this one I kind of wanted in the front because it is solid, and this one I want in the front because it's solid. So those two can be like that. And then I can just kind of push these through wherever I might want to put them. Lift this up. This come through there. There we go, and I'm just going to take a little glue and stick this one down. Okay. And these are going to go on dimensionals, which these are Stampin' Up! Stampin' Dimensionals, and I love these because they're not super thick. They're high enough so it gets it off of the flat surface, but if you see how I did that, that's a quick and easy way of releasing that paper, is stick your finger in it and get them bent. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down here into the glass area. There we go. And I didn't push hard in case I want to lift about. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And I like to give it lots of support so it doesn't collapse. And then just poke kind of right in the center, and it just makes them easier to grab. Anyway, so we're going to get this one right here. Good. And then I'm going to slide this right in like that. So I'm just going to put a little glue on this and a little dimensional on the leaf. And just slide that puppy right up in there. Okay, and then one more. I'm just gonna, so let's see where we can put this one. Okay, I didn't cut that off real well, so, but I don't think I can hide it. Huh. How's that? I like it. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put a little glue, and then I'm going to put these up with some pop dots. Bam, bam, bam. So this is basically, I mean, all I did was dig around in the paper line and to find something that was going to work for me. So there you go. Really cute. Really cute. And then when I'm ready to give it, I do a little, then I figure out what, you know, what I'm going to say on it. So I don't do that just yet. For those of you who have watched me before, I like to have cards on hand, but I try not to put a sentiment with them. Okay, so there's one down. The next one. Now I had, I tried to pick different cards, but with the line of paper, I only found 3 different that you see. I used this one twice. So I've got this, and I just ripped it, and let's see, I can do this with this. I've been trying to use my ATG because when I go to Michael's and I have the 50% off coupon, I usually will buy a container of this, or at Joann's, whomever. I get my adhesives is pretty much what I get when I am at Michael's or Joann's. At Joann's I do buy some of the sewing stuff and stuff, but I really concentrate on getting my adhesives. So anyway, that's what I get there. So I stamped these out first on one of the papers, okay? And I tried to stay away from too much words. I tried to get more of the decorations. This one I knew I was putting the heart there. Then I stamped them again on red paper, and I got the heart. So I'm going to glue these hearts on. But I thought the fall leaves were perfect. You know, leaves were perfect for the fall. And I didn't have to cut all those little circles out on the red heart because they were already on this, and so I just left them. Oops. But I thought these were really cute. And just another way that you have to, you know, with not a whole lot of items. I mean, black ink, some paper, and glue and scissors. Come on, how much easier could it be? And now I'm just trying to get I kind of like that, and I like leaving a space right down here for a sentiment, so I'm going to, you know, kind of predetermine that. Kind of want one of them to be kind of by themselves and the other two. So how's that? Let's get a little glue on here. And I like it kind of coming off of the black paper a little bit. Actually, I suppose I could, let's just wipe that off. Let it dry for a second. and I'll put dimensionals on it. Whoopsie. Took the paper right off of that one. Okay. And this will work on any of the dimensionals. Makes it a lot easier. Wish it worked on score tape. Okay, so now this one's going to be a little more popped up and bring a little more interest. Okay, and then I just am going to glue this one down. And then probably the sentiment that whatever I choose to use will probably get popped up. So, how do I like this? How's that? There we go. That'll work. So there is another very quick card with, I know I'm going to do one of these and I'm going to go open it up and it's going to be backwards or upside down. Yeah, that's me. Okay, now the next one, I actually had one of these, 4x6 cards left, but I had cut something out of the paper and didn't have one side of it, so I couldn't use it as a card anymore. But I thought, why not use it on a card? So I have a little bit of this, and I did go and grab a little bit of ribbon. So I think, yeah, let me put this up on dimensionals, but actually let's do it this way. We'll save this for later. For something this solid, you'll want to now, a lot of people, and I have done it as well. In fact, I have some, if I would have thought about it, foam core. I mean, not foam core, fun foam. And so you would put that on the back of this and it would give it that stabilizing. Now, if you rub a little bit like this on this stuff, it will pick up that end so it's a little easier to grab. That one was cut. There we go. Okay. And this just goes back on here for later. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to put this. I'm going to try and get it nice and straight here. There we go. And let me get a little tape. Come on. Cut my fingers off with these big ones. Okay. Alright, and then I'm just going to take this. Well, let me put a little end on this one. take this and just kind of tie a knot. Hoping I'd have enough to do this. Well, didn't quite get it even. There we go. It's kind of like the way we used to make the cards, with just simple. But this is a reminder to everyone to utilize those. I have partial cards all the time because I'm using the back side of the paper. So you can totally use these. I mean, and this is from our house to yours. How cute is that? You know, that's just a cute, really quick, cute card. Just gonna put some, whoops. And you know, everything is all about being able to mail it quickly. You know, no extra postage. No fancy tools used. Just pull out one of your papers, your scraps from a book you just, maybe a mini album you just finished or something, and you've got some papers left over, and make some cards. Okay, so there's number 4. Now this one I did a little bit of work on. Yeah, this is the one that I knew if I didn't check I was going to turn it upside down. I'm not going to put it on, back it on anything. I stamped on the little red gingham, and then I took green and browns and purples and reds, and I colored all of those and the stems. I did use a little, I used this, my little Fiskars finger knife, and cut out in that section. But everything else was just fussy cutting. And I left this on where the flowers are, and I cut these out from some of the papers. So I'm going to just put this down here, and I'll have room for sentiment over here. And I just thought it was just adorable. And I did cut this right here so that I could fit one of those under behind. I'm not exactly sure that I'm going to utilize it, but we'll see. Oops, that's great. Oh, Lord. So what I could do, let's see, do I want it like that? Not really. Flip it over. It's the same on the front and the back. I'll just put some kind of little thing back there. These are just going to go to my friends. Not that they don't deserve to have a perfectly made card, but you know, stuff happens. If I was selling these, this one wouldn't get sold. It would go to one of my friends. So, you know, there you go. And I'm just going to lay this right here. And I wanted to make sure I didn't get that one down too quickly. And I've got, this is going to go right here. Go. And then this, I think it was this one, was going to get up underneath here. No. And it was this one. Kind of wanted a whole one. or, yeah, let's see. Let me get this laying down. Okay, we're going to get this one on a dimensional. Let me make sure now. There we go. And then I've got a big one here. And this little one has to get tucked in. Okay, let's see if I can get this up just a little bit more. So I'm going to put because I'd like to get that on the page. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And then I'll put it up. If I put it on a dimensional, just put it right about there. Okay. There's that one. Okay. Okay. And there we go. And then I will have a sentiment here. But that little red gingham, and you can see the red gingham. Let me see if I can show you this. You can see the red gingham through these colors, but I just think it's adorable. So there is one card. There's that one. There's that one, and there you can see, and I will try and do some stills, that the leaves look pretty cool. And then there's that one. Okay guys, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye!